roads, the Bungoma Level 6 Hospital, and plans for an airstrip in Webuye. He called on former supporters of Raila Odinga to rally behind the president, stressing unity and inclusivity, and said Ruto deserves a decisive mandate to consolidate his development agenda.
Rais wetu ili 2027 ikuwe rahisi kuliko 2022. Ndio aweze sasa kujenga legacy ya Kenya. Akiacha Kenya 2032 muone tofauti, because great men build great monuments of success for wananchi. Hapa wasiligishu pia na washukuru, sisi tukiwa huko Bungoma tukitaka kuonja city tunakuja hapa Eldoret. Tukitaka referral hospital tunakuja MTRH. Lakini Rais Ruto sasa anatujengea level 6 yetu Bungoma. Sasa tutapunguza msongamano hapa. Anatujengea.
Now, moving on, the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, Geoffrey Ruku, has accused the opposition of staging publicity stunts instead of offering solutions to Kenya. Speaking in Dia Kirinyaga County, he dismissed their recent efforts to meet the IEBC and police as political noise with no substance. Ruku urged the coalition to present a clear manifesto with proposals on jobs, healthcare, education, and cost of living, while cautioning its readiness to govern due to lack of single credible presidential candidate for 2027. He said President William Ruto's government remains focused on reforms and development, emphasizing that democracy thrives when voters are offered clear choices based on policy and competence.
Kutoka kwa hii mlima. Si ndio hiyo? Hiyo ni mtoto wenu ama ni mtoto mwingine wa sini wenu? Sini wenu. Sasa wakati mtoto wenu ndiye namba 2 katika taifa letu la Kenya, munasema mtoke kwa serikali muende wapi? Wakati mtoto wenu kutoka Tharaka-Nithi ndiye namba 2 kutoka kwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, ati sasa mnaambiwa serikali ni mbaya, mtoke kwa serikali. Tunawaambia ngo, hatutoki kwa serikali. Na nataka pia tuambie Gachagua, tumwambie namna hii, hata sisi tulipigania uhuru wa taifa letu la Kenya. Hata sisi mababa zetu walikuwa Maumau. General Roko alikuwa katika general moja wa Maumau. Na mimi Roko, mimi nikuwa nimesimama hapa. Huyo General Roko ni mmoja wa familia. Mnanielewa? Kwa hivyo my forefathers walikuwa katika msitu wakipigania uhuru. General Mwaliama alikuwa katika msitu akipigania uhuru yetu. General Mbaimungi alikuwa katika msitu akipigania nini? Uhuru yetu. Kwa hivyo kama tunaongea kuhusu watoto ya Maumau, mmoja amesimama hapa. Mmoja amesimama wapi? General Roko, na huyu pia ni General Roko ambaye amesimama wapi? Hapa. Huyo mtu wa Munyoro hatatisha sisi. Huyo mtu wa Munyoro hataweka fitina katika mioyo ya watu ya Kirinyaga, ya Nyeri, ya Murang'a, ya
And meanwhile, the government, through Health Principal Secretary Mary Mdoni, is scaling up HPV vaccination to reduce cervical cancer, aiming for over 90% coverage among girls under 14 through school-based campaigns. Early vaccination lowers the risk of developing the diseases, which remains a leading cause of death among Kenyan women. Mdoni said efforts are also underway to screen at least 75% of adult women for early detention, noting that most cases are diagnosed late and emphasizing the need for regular screening and awareness. During the campaign launch in Ruiru, Kiambu County, Mdoni highlighted health facility upgrades and improved social health authority registration, while urging county officials to tackle rising cases of drug abuse.
I wish and our will that every woman lives to see their next birthday without sickness, without ailments, and we stop losing them, because we are losing half of the women or even more than half of the women that are detected with cervical cancer, we lose them yearly. More than 3,500 women die every year out of cervical cancer. And the ones that are noted could be about 6,000. Every year, 6,000 women are detected to have cervical cancer. So half of them die, and the other half maybe wanaponea, ama they are still struggling to live with the same. So we want to have 90% HPV vaccination for our girls, that the girls who are in school 14 years and below, let them get vaccination, HPV vaccination, to prevent the same. Let us have more than 70% of our women going for screening. And that has been my campaign the whole of the month. And let us have quality healthcare in our facilities. And that is between me and Waziri, to make sure that we have the equipment, we have the facilities, and we have the human resource to treat cancer, so that 90% of the women who are found having cancer are treated. Embu County, I want to challenge you that you rank 5th nationally in reported drug abuse. That's not nice. So we have work to do. And CEC, I am here to support you, whatever support that you require from the national government in regards to health.
And elsewhere, shock and grief has struck Mbombo village in Oljororo constituency, Nyandarua County, following the killing of an 8-year-old grade 2 pupil from Oljororo Primary School. The child, Tabitha Wanjiru Masharia, was allegedly defiled and murdered on Friday evening. Tabitha was last seen at around 5 p.m. walking home from school in the company of her classmates before she went missing under unclear circumstances. When she failed to reach home, her parents, together with neighbors, launched an immediate search, and she was later found defiled and murdered and dumped. They notified the police, and the body was taken to JM Kariuki Hospital morgue. Nyandarua women representative condemned the act, calling on security body to act swiftly.
Jina naitwa Beatrice Waweru. Hapa ni nyumbani kwa sababu mimi ni jirani hapa. Kukiwa jana masaa ya saa 11 watoto wakitoka shule. Mtoto huyu alitoka shule kama kawaida. Saa 11 watoto wenye walikuwa wameletana na yeye wakaenda kwao. Kutoka penye alikuwa amewekwa na penye waliwachania na mtoto sio mbali. Hata kama alipiga mayowe yangesikika.
Kwa majina? Kwa majina ni Joana Masharia. Mimi ndio baba mtoto. Mtoto aliamka kama kawaida akaenda shule, lakini kurudi nyumbani hakurudi. Mama yake akamgojea, akaona mtoto afiki, akaenda kumtafuta akamkosa. Akanipigia simu mahali nilikuwa, nikakuja tukatafuta mtoto kutoka saa 1 mpaka saa 2. Nikakuja Oljororo hapa town, nikashukua watu wa Duthi, tukaenda kutafuta mtoto. Tulimuona kitu saa 2:30 kama ameuawa. Tukapiga simu hapa Oljororo polisi wakakuja wakatake over, na sisi tata tukachukua mtoto tukapeleka Orokarau JM tukiwa na askari wa polisi. Wakatuambia tuende saa hii leo, tuamkia asubuhi ndio mtoto aende afanyiwe postmortem. Hatujaenda saa hii, tunagoja ndio tujue nini kiini ya kuua mtoto.
I'm deeply concerned and alarmed by the rising cases of defilement and rape of every young children in Nyandarua.
And the Wiper Party leader, Kalonzo Musyoka, has reaffirmed plans by the united opposition to stage nationwide protests if the government fails to arrest and prosecute those involved in the alleged attack on DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua at a church event. Speaking in Kathiani constituency, Machakos County, during a public function, Kalonzo accused the government of selectively enforcing the law and tolerating political violence. He said failure to take action against the suspects would undermine the rule of law and democratic freedom. Justin Muturi also addressed the gathering, accusing President William Ruto's administration of eroding democratic space and intimidating.
Tukasema tutarudi kwake tarehe 16 mwezi ujao. Tuone kama wale watu ambao walijaribu kuua Rigiji, Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua, kama atakuwa amefikishwa kwa mahakama. Kama si hivyo, Kenya yote itatoka kwa maandamano. Na hiyo maandamano ikitoka itakuwa inakuwa mara 10 ile ya JC. Na hii maandamano itahakikisha Ruto ameenda nyumbani hata kabla ya kufikia uchaguzi.
William Ruto kile akiamka anafikiria ni shamba gani. Hapa Mavoko tumepitia hata hapo wamechukua ekari 50. Anafukuza watu. Sasa tunashindwa sasa. Utatosheka siku gani?
Na wacha niwaambie, mkitaka kujua Kalonzo atakuwa rais, iko chief campaigner wa Kalonzo Kenya hii anaitwa William Samoei Ruto. Hakuna mahali Ruto anaenda akose kutaja Kalonzo. Kila mahali anasema nini? Kalonzo.
And elsewhere, the Gender Cabinet Secretary, Hannah Cheptumo, has raised concern over the rising cases of gender-based violence in Murang'a County and across the country. This follows the release of the recent data indicating that Murang'a has recorded a GBV number rate of 53.7%. The CS noted that early pregnancies remain a key factor contributing to the growing number of GBV cases, warning that the trend continues to put young girls at risk and undermine community development. Speaking during the annual Maendeleo ya Wanawake conference, Cheptumo emphasized the need for collective action involving families, community leaders, and institutions to curb GBV. She called for increased awareness, protection of survivors, and stronger prevention strategies to address the root cause of the vice.
Wanaua ni wale watu wa familia, either ni bwana ama ni anko ama ni mtu tu mwenye unamjua, kwa sababu ikienda kufanywa uchunguzi inaonekana ni mtu mwenye alikuwa anajuana, na saa hiyo uchunguzi inafanywa kama mama ama msichana ako kwa mochari.
It is not acceptable. How do we get children talking about family planning at 13 years? It is not acceptable. Something serious is wrong. Something the mothers of this nation must correct together with them.
And the Nairobi County women leaders have launched a campaign to encourage young people to register as voters ahead of 2027 general election. The event took place in South Nairobi and was led by Senator-elect Tabitha Mutinda, Hamida Mkubwa, and South Nairobi ward representatives. The leaders emphasized that voting is the only legitimate way to elect a leader, dismissing street protests as an alternative to elections. They urge youth to ensure that they are registered so their voices can be heard in national leadership. Additionally, the leaders called on young people to support President William Ruto for second term, highlighting the importance of sustaining and advancing the government's development agenda.
Tunataka kueleza the young women today, because tomorrow we are talking to the young men, that they need to register as voters if they want to elect leaders of their choice. We cannot elect leaders through demonstrations. We can only elect leaders through voting. And because Kenya is a democratic state, we need to make sure that our young people go to the ballot with their ID, with their voters card, and they will elect leaders of their choice.
Watu wa IBC waingie mashinani, na tutaanza na hapa South B. Kupitia Mheshimiwa Waithera tutatumia hiyo ofisi yake na zingine waingie wasaidie wamama na vijana, wazee wote kwa ujumla wajiandikishe kwa si namna hiyo. Lakini unajua nyinyi ndio kusema.
Mimi kama youth na mkaaji wa South B nasema tujimize wa vijana wetu tujitokeze kuweza kuchukua kura.
And moving on, the chairman of the U.S. Senate Committee on Foreign Relations has called for a review of the relationship between United States and Uganda. The move follows controversial statement made on social media by the 48-year-old son of Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni. In his remarks, the president's son accused U.S. embassy officials in Kampala of being involved in a plot of kidnap opposition leader Bobi Wine. He also threatened to suspend military cooperation between the two countries, a declaration that has seriously raised concerns in diplomatic circles. And the Senate Public Accounts Committee is now demanding that Mandera County Governor Aden Khalif, alongside with his team, provide explanation regarding the use of 449.1 million Kenyan shillings. The funds are allegedly to have been used for the purchase of upland seedling water, transportation services, food and cash transfers to residents. The committee called on the governor to provide accountable expenditures when he appeared before them during a session on auditing and oversight of Mandera County finances. The move aims to ensure transparency and accountability in the public resources.
It's very difficult to know who got a truck of water. It's very difficult to know which animals got the feed. We had a county where the governor, because when I hear seedling, I know a tree. I've been to Mandera. I think we were invited to the senator's farm along the river there. They grow fruits, they grow mangoes, they grow all sorts of things. But it is something that is ascertainable. If I give farmers 10,000 avocado seedlings, I should be able to point and say those ones are the trees.
You know the money we are discussing, Governor, 55.9 million, can do around 55 ECD classrooms, or can do a number of water tracking in the area. So the question is as simple as this: can you attach the seedlings, the money to seedlings, and the seedlings to the farms, to the farmer?
So 55 million worth of seedlings. How many were they?
I don't have the numbers, but I can tell the question that what type of farming.
No, don't answer that. Deal with 55.
Now, uncertainty continues to surround a potential strike by matatu operators scheduled for Monday. The strike is reportedly planned as a protest against repeated arson attack against public and transport vehicles, allegedly carried out by border riders whenever road accidents occur. During a meeting in Nairobi, the Public Transport Sector Association, the Border Safety Association of Kenya, and Nairobi Police commanders agreed not to allow room for further escalation through negotiations. Nairobi County Police Commander George Seda assured all parties that police officers will remain vigilant to prevent such incidents from occurring.
In presence of the CEO, na team ya matatu, we don't expect it to happen. But others might be people who are not adhering to the teamwork ambayo tumekuwa hapa. My security will be spread all over as usual, maximally, no fear. We shall wake up, transact normally, kazi zetu tunafanya hapa. Sawa sawa? Even security ya border. Si ni kweli?
The law is purely against arson of any nature. Sisi tumekuja kusaidiana kukua. Mahali mimi nashukisha abiria ndio bodaboda anachukua. Na mahali nabebea ndio bodaboda ameniletea. Kwa hivyo tunafaa, umoja ni nguvu, tusaidiane, tukue tukisonga pamoja.
Tafadhali, let's comply, let's change our face, tukue watu wazuri. Hata siku moja pia sisi tuambiwe watu wa bodaboda walireform watu wazuri. And the reason why we have this organization is to harmonize things, tuweze kutembea kwa barabara moja.
Our lamentation ama uchungu wetu ni kwamba tunatendewa maovu na hatuoni serikali ikiwajibika, because tuna waziri wa interior and coordination who's meant to protect Kenyans. Are we exception?
And meanwhile, the family of Busia County businessman Ahmed Mohamed Ibrahim is living in deep worry following his mysterious disappearance. Ahmed went missing on the night of Sunday, January 25th, 2026, while traveling by bus from Busia to Nairobi. According to family members, the witnesses, the bus was traveling on The bus was traveling on and was reportedly stopped at a police checkpoint in Korinda. It's allegedly that 4 individuals claiming to be police officers from the Directorate of Criminal Investigation (DCI) ordered Ahmed to get off the bus alongside with his bag. Since that time, Ahmed has not been seen or heard from, and his phone remains switched off. Family members and fellow business people say Ahmed was carrying a significant amount of 17 million Kenyan shillings. The money was reported to be payment for a fish trading business.
Kwa basi anaitwa Pascal. Sasa wakati Ahmed anasafiri saa 3 usiku, after 30 minutes Ahmed wameshukisha kutoka kwa basi pale Korinda opposite Brison, na wale wameshukisha ni DCI wanaume wawili, wanawake wawili.
Wanatuambia hawana habari, lakini kondakta ya basi anasema wenye walimshukisha ni watu wa antitera, ndio walimshukisha kwa gari mpaka wakamwambia achukue bagi yake, na alikuwa amebeba pesa. Pesa si shida, wamuachilie tumuone within 24 hours.
Tumetembea kila ofisi, tukaanzia Busia tukaenda mpaka Kakamega. Mkubwa wa Kakamega Isa alikataa kukutana na sisi.
Ni miongoni mwa wanafanya biashara ambayo wanaishi hapa Busia, wanafanya Busia, amepata pesa yake hapa Busia. Sio mtu ambaye tunaweza sema ni Al-Shabaab ambaye serikali imeshuku ikachukulia yeye ikafanya.
Now allow us to take a quick short break. We'll be back shortly. Don't go too far. And welcome back. Let's get to sports. And Nairobi is set for an electrifying night of boxing as top Kenyan fighters headline a highly anticipated event next month. Fans can expect thrilling bouts as local stars go head-to-head in what promises to be a spectacular showcase of skills and power.
Mkenya yote anajiona ama anajifeel ni heavyweight kunishinda, nampatia hii challenge. Akuja been holding this title since 2015. There's not any other Kenyan that stood up with me since then up to now. Wanaogopa wakisikia ni Morris wanaingia chini.
Ni win tu manze. Train to win, train to lose. Yeah, we are training to win.
It's once you've been boxing for a while, you know what you got to do. It's getting fit, getting strong, sparring loads of rounds, maintaining the weight. I think preparations are going better this time than last camp. Last camp weight took a while to get the weight down.
And that's all for today, EBN Weekend Edition. My name is Leticia Afandi, and many thanks for watching. Have a lovely night.